men who pretend to be women, that voice is so obvious because they get listened to by other men. Even regardless of how many radical body alterations they have, they're still men, and other men really listen to them. I also totally agree that we need men in this, and we just need each other. Men and women need each other. We've existed and survived through all sorts of terrible times as a species because of our partnership together. And once they get on board and more of them get on board, that will be the way to end it.
Nay, do you want to go ahead?
Yeah, just coming back at what AJ said about men stealing their work. I always call them out when they do that. I have no qualms in shaming them. I have no idea why women are scared to do that to men. In fact, I have no idea why women are not scared to stand up to them in the office. They're not going to hit you. They're not going to do anything, but I rat them out on a regular basis. Offices don't run well without women there to help. There's lots of other industries that don't run well without women there to facilitate things. I'm a great believer in, well, if you don't think I'm useful, I won't do it. Goodbye.
Well, yes, I do think it depends in which kind of area of work you're working in. The arts is particularly difficult because you'll find that a lot of it happens at night time. A lot of it happens, at times where women who are in the arts cannot attend. And this is kind of the problem. They don't want to go to the pub and have a meeting and this and that and the other. There is a problem there. Sometimes in certain industries, it's not as easy as you'd think it would be to step out and say, oh, no, you stole my idea. Particularly in the arts, I would say. So it is a wee bit different if you're not working on a corporate event kind of way or an office kind of way. And that's just a fact. Yes, please go ahead, Adrian.
I do agree. There means to be, we need to be a bit braver, and it breaks my heart and other hearts possibly when we see these handmaiden 20-something. They're just stabbing themselves in the back, and there's going to be little recovery, even with all the freedoms we now kind of have. It is sad, but yes, I agree. We need to just bite the bullet a bit more. Thank you.
Nay, go ahead.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I think, we need to make sort of stomp our little foot a bit harder. And I kind of get really pissed off that there's like a tier system in life where other women do other women down, and we shouldn't. We should be, supporting each other and sort of bigging each other up. We need to start utilising each other and utilising each other's countries' boundaries to get this push forward. There's nothing wrong with, if you can't say something in one country, utilising another country to do it. Because once you start doing that, and the only person that's not talking about this issue is the country that the problem's in, then the spotlight's on them. And you could flip it round with the prison things in Scotland about putting rapists in jail with women. The whole world went, fuck no, you don't do that. And then that shone a spotlight on them. That's all we need to do. We just need to be clever. The more there is of us on the internet, the more we can get things trending.
I often look at this stuff with guys and that, and think, if something sets off my sort of like not sure senses about a guy, I often sort of think about my dad and my ex-husband, and think, what would they think of this bloke? And my position is that there's iffy blokes all over the place. My lifetime effort has not been put into helping women for women, helping girls for girls. It's been put into continuing the same that it's always been. For a short while, where they are trying to garner influence, they will appear to listen, and they will listen and take things on board. But once they believe they have gone beyond the need of that, they will stop listening and they will do what they nearly always do, which is take whatever gets built down a road that is not going to benefit women and girls. One of the things that lesbians often get, or that we often think, is, and I know this is true, yeah, first, I'm a mum, yeah, so I'm going to do what I can for my kids before everything else, generally. What that means is that a lot of lesbians will sort of like support women, support women, support women. But then when it comes to, okay, so we get through this and we get the kids protected, that's it. The mums will drop out. They've done what they wanted to do. They protected their kids. But when it comes to women that haven't had children and often lesbians, they'll be sort of like ignored again. At the end of this, when we get it sorted out for kids, how many are still going to be fighting to help lesbians? Is it all going to be turned around like it always is? Oh, the kids are all right. Women have got more rights. We don't need to listen to the lesbians, because there's a lot of fag hags, but there isn't a lot of women that go out to support lesbians in the same way that women go out to support gay men. Now, why is that? Although I must admit, lately there's more women hanging out with lesbians, and it's nice to see straight women being as supportive of lesbians as they have been in the past of gay men. But I would like people to take that into consideration. Oh, and I'm not talking about me, I'm talking about lesbians in general, by the way.
Yeah, I think to be fair, as a straight woman, I have noticed more of a support for lesbian women in the last like four, not even 5, it's like 4 years. We see that lesbians were at the forefront of this understanding, let's call it. So yeah, just speaking on my behalf, I can't speak for any other straight woman. I saw this idea long ago that straight women had a problem with the rainbow and how they were going to negotiate it, and how they really wanted to be in it.
Yeah, very much so. And I do think it's kind of like it's a very, it's a very strange thing to know that it's like that within what they used to call the LGBT community, but I'll call it the gay scene, because that's what we always called it. Yeah, it's like that on the gay scene with straight women. Lesbians, generally speaking, are more discerning and have a tendency not to mix so readily, so often, with groups of gay guys. But at the same time, lesbians rarely have the facilities and capacities to hold nights of their own because they're so expensive. If you consider yourself, you're a woman, but you're part of this larger group of women. When you're a lesbian, the group that you're part of is very tiny, and then you put that down to localize that in your local areas. There, very small amounts of women are actually lesbians, and when you get so many straight women, fag hags and young lasses, I say hags and young lasses, that are so into the gay guys, yeah, they give the gay guys more confidence to be more bitchy there, and they give the gay guys more confidence to be more bitchy at lesbians. This has gone on forever, and sometimes it feels like, are these women frightened of being seen as homophobic? Is this why they have to support these
Yeah.
men?
Yep. Spiky, straight women have been jealous of lesbian women for a very long time.
I've never ever got that idea at all.
But I'm saying that out loud because I saw it long ago, and especially in the late 90s, whenever, lesbian bars were taken over, gay bars were getting taken over by straight people. I saw it happen, and I was talking about it in an arts point of view and poetry and this kind of way. And I was talking to my gay friends going, hey, do you not see all these straight women just trying to get into your space and just like wanting it? It's amazing to me the amount of straight women who are jealous of the rainbow, let's call it, because they see themselves as boring. I'm vanilla. I'm straight. How dare I be straight? We've got loads of straight women now claiming to be men, gay men.
Yeah, I sort of like understood it. For me,
We
I
just
thought
don't talk
like
about it.
I thought the guys might be the straight guys might be jealous of the sort of like the sex lives and adventurousness of gay sex lives, gay guys' sex life. But it never occurred to me that there would be the only thing that I thought that in reference to straight women and lesbians is the gobby lesbians. I've known, we've had quite a few straight women have come to us when they needed help, and they were with a dodgy bloke, and they needed someone a bit gobby that wasn't frightened of going and standing their ground against some bloke.
Older women are more likely to step up for younger women when it comes to this sort of behaviour. And it's not just lesbians; it's all older women step
Yeah,
up
yeah.
when it comes to younger women getting harassed. I wouldn't just say that it's just lesbians. Nearly everyone in their teens, particularly straight women, do have like some sort of experience in order to work out, am I straight? Am I not? Quite a lot of them do. And so therefore they're taking that one experience and going, oh, well, I must be bisexual. Have you got a question,
Yeah.
AJ?
So
Because
yeah.
I've got a hand up. No
Oh,
apology.
sorry, I
Look,
can't see
no,
the
no
hands up.
apologies.
Sorry. So quick.
No apologies necessary. Just if you had a question,
Yeah.
that would be great.
So I guess my question to Spiky is, in terms of all what you've just said, Spiky, what can be done in your view? What should be done by men? What should be done by women? What should be done by people to change?
Men need to find more courage in dealing with men, is the first thing. And as far as I'm concerned, in reference to women, yeah, they really have to look at themselves and say, okay, am I here to support women? Do I want to support women? Do I want to make the world a better place for girls? Yeah, and start working in that vein and stop looking at women like the enemy and the man as the solution. But that's about all I've got on it.
I was just thinking about the fag thing. In the 80s, it's like, I just feel like there was a certain point when me as a straight woman didn't come into contact with many lesbian women and came in came into contact to more gay men. I don't know if any of this makes sense,
No,
but that.
it makes sense.
Hmm?
Yeah, it genuinely makes sense because lesbians had their own spaces then.
Yeah, yeah. I think that. I think that too, really. And it wasn't that they didn't, weren't open to be friends with straight women or whatever.
It's difficult to be a straight woman, and it's just like, holy shit, when did it become difficult to be a straight woman? And the way in which men are being sold the idea of woman, including the fact that they could possibly be men. It's absolutely crazy. It's absolutely crazy that men have to negotiate this. Maybe they need to speak out and, maybe shout out a bit louder